Underhells Campaign. Game 7. Palanite Enforcers Slagtown Rangers vs Delaque Will of the Old One. Mission: Settlement Showdown. Waiting for Spirers to show their faces for the first time in the campaign, we managed to schedule an additional challenge between two gangs that will be fighting Spirers in the upcoming 2 games. In this campaign, territories are only generating credits up to 2 times in a single cycle, so additional games in the cycle result mostly in changes of reputation, gaining experience and, of course, lasting injuries. Mission for today is a pretty straightforward ash waste scenario. Both gangs need to take control and hold 3 designated buildings in the middle of the board, 2 bunkers and Mechanicus apparatus. To take control, a fighter needs to be inside the bunker or on top of the Mechanicus building. To deny control of the building, an enemy fighter must just be within 3 inches of the building. Buildings stay under gang control after they are claimed until the enemy denies control. To win, you need to be the last gang standing or control all 3 buildings at the end of the turn. As always, Malstrain horrors will try to disrupt our plans and start spawning from the 3rd turn. From the Delaque side, all fighters are available. Leader Cosm, after gaining loads of experience by killing 3 enemy fighters, scoring few serious injuries and getting MVP recognition, spent his advancement on toughness and ballistic skill upgrades. Gangers and prospects also got mesh armor, and Cypher got a shotgun with solid and scatter ammo. Enforcers also could field all their gangers. Low trading post roll meant they couldn't buy any upgrades since the last game. Besides some minor upgrades in stats for some gangers, they will have to rely as always on team action, with some mobile pieces like vehicle, leader, and champion on dirt bikes to flank the enemy and try to pick out some weak spots. With the 3 main targets of the battle in the middle, it was surprising that Delaque deployed their gangers in a very wide formation. Main strike force, consisting of Leader Cosm of House Tai, Abyssal Ferryman with a corrupted bolt gun and Ghost Cypher with a shotgun, was deployed just behind the bunker. On the other side of the building was Grombrindle, a custom rig, transporting one of the Psygeist and the other Ferryman. Ready to jump on the crates towards the Mechanicus building was also Zexanorth, a ghost specialist with a long rifle. 2 fighters were deployed near the far ends of the 6 feet wide map. In one corner was a Vash with 2 flechette pistols, and the other was Michaelash, a Psygeist with a stiletto knife. Enforcers deployed second and tried to counter this wide deployment. 2 elites on dirt bikes deployed on opposite flanks. Champion Flash was supported by the Venator Taurus vehicle and Bingo with a sniper rifle, while Leader Mountain was supported on his flank by Boomer with concussion carbine. Rest of the fighters were supposed to push the middle, Champion Delight with a bolt gun, Bodyguard Bouncer, and 2 Broodscums among them. As with all games in the hostile territory of the Secundian exclusion zone, the visibility was disrupted, so the first turn saw most of the fighters just advancing towards the road and objectives. Cypher, who gained a movement upgrade after the last game, entered the bunker, claiming it for the Delaques at the end of the turn. 2 Broodscums advanced towards the bunker on their side of the map, but they had to climb the ladder first to reach the doors. Custom Rig tried to also advance forward, to allow 2 occupants of the transport area to jump straight onto the crate to get to the vantage point. When it went over some stacked crates, however, a malfunction occurred, scoring a penetrating hit into the engine. Vehicle lost 1 hull point and would not be able to move more than its movement characteristic during its whole activation for the rest of the battle. Seeing the condition of their ride, fighters jumped off and decided to continue forward on foot. 2 Delaque fighters on the flank, sensing danger from the mobile enemies on dirt bikes, tried to seek some cover. Michaelash advanced and hid behind some rocks, while a Vash even turned around and moved more into the direction of his colleagues. Enforcer bikers reacted accordingly. Flash moved into the direction of Michaelash, ready to strike if needed in the next turn, while Mountain played it safe and hid behind some pipes, not risking getting exposed. Vehicle and other fighters also played defensively and only slightly shuffled around. Towards the end of the first turn, the pieces in the middle had to finally move forward. Bouncer and Delight advanced towards the left side of their bunker, while Cosm used his first activation to appear right beside the road. Gauging that he will be able to reach visibility range, which was 18 inches, he used his last activation to advance even further and fire his shots towards Delight. He was 1 inch off, however, and no damage was done, ending the round. Priority in the second turn went to Delaque, and not wanting to risk the life of the leader, he was the first model to activate. He changed his target towards Bouncer, who was in range of visibility, scoring a hit but bouncing off his subjugator armor and shield. Cosm promptly withdrew to get some cover behind the stairs. Enforcer's first activation was much more aggressive. Flash revved his bike and used run and gun ability, moving twice and shooting Enforcer shotgun at Michaelash, scoring a serious injury. This was what Xenorth was waiting for. He pivoted on top of the crates, aimed, and shot at Flash with his long rifle. The Enforcer champion was unable to keep his balance and fell down under his bike. Due to his breakneck speed and failing to save the wound from the gun itself, 4 damage dice were rolled, scoring enough flesh wounds to take him out of action, rolling a convalescence result in lasting injury. Moreover, Michaelash would succeed in the recovery roll in the end phase, making the sacrifice of the champion even more pointless. In the middle of the board, a slowed-down vehicle of Delaque's tried stopping Enforcers from claiming the bunker by aiming and shooting at Roach, but the mining laser missed. This allowed the brood scum to enter the bunker. Despite efforts from the enemies shooting at him, he claimed it at the end of the turn. Xenorth exposed himself after shooting down Flash, and in return got shot at by Bingo's mightier version of the long rifle, Enforcer pattern sniper rifle. But the shot only managed to knock him off the crate, not scoring any damage. Other fighters from the Will of the Old One gang continued onwards. Uvash managed to reach his companions and hid between the crates, baiting the enemy leader to move closer into distance of his flechette pistols. But to no avail, Captain Mountain stayed behind and just ushered his subordinates forward to do the job for him. Bouncer was the first one to comply, followed by Boomer and Delight. Venator Taurus shot at the Delaque leader, but missed. Boomer, however, managed to score a wound on him with a frag grenade. At the start of the turn 3, first Malstrain appeared, a single Tyrannite, in an area close to both gangs. All this added to the confusion in the middle of the board, and it left Bingo quite separated from the rest of the Palanites. This was all planned by the enigmatic Delaques and culminated with the appearance of their assassin male, right behind his back. While everyone was focusing on exposed Aura Spira, he executed Bingo with his Shiver sword and slunk back into the shadows. The fight in the middle was commencing at the same time. Fanboy jumped down and threw a blasting charge at Oris and one of his companions, but no damage was done. As a response, Cosm advanced and shot down Roach, still hiding inside a bunker, scoring a critical injury on him. Venator tried his luck again, aiming with his heavy stubber at Delaque leader, but missed and failed his ammo check. Oris did not hesitate and charged and killed Fanboy and consolidated into a more defensive position. Earthquake, surrounded by the Nact Gull and a Tyrannite, was too panicked to aim properly and failed to hit the malformed mutant. Abyssal Ferroman from the opposing team even tried to help him by also aiming at a Tyrannite, but missed. Next turn we'll see more fighters shoot at it, but he was seemingly invincible and, displaying remarkable tunnel vision, charged and took Earthquake out of action. Seeing weakness and panic in the Enforcer gang, Delaques kept pushing forward. Uvash teamed with Hypnos to close on the right flank, but both their shooting actions only managed to knock Boomer off the pipe. Venator decided to try to run over Mail, but Delaque Assassin was too nimble and dodged both attempts. Game was already at a bad place for Enforcers, but they decided to keep trying to fight it out. Bouncer was ready to tank 2 Tyranites on his shield, but underestimated their toxin attacks and fell under the barrage of bites and strikes from venomous appendages. However, the final straw was when Cosm moved from behind the bunker to have a straight line of fire at the enemy leader. Salvo from both bolt launchers left Mountain critically wounded. With Flash already in convalescence, that left only a single fighter, Champion Delight, able to do a post-battle action. Surrounded by 2 Tyranites, he did everything to stay alive till the end of the turn to voluntarily bottle and retreat from the mission. Victory for the Will of the Old One. Pretty decent rewards for Delaque. Territory credit gain was augmented by Whisper Merchant and Cred Sniffer for a total of 124 credits. MVP was awarded to leader Cosm. He survived quite a lot of returning shots and pushed basically solo into the heart of the Palanite force. He was the one scoring 2 critical injuries on enemies. Kill count upgrade after the game enhanced his Horus Hunter rig, increasing save to 3+. Enforcers, on the other hand, had much more pressing matters. Delaque rushed his captain to the rogue dock with Medici escort post-battle action. Price for the procedure was not so high, only 40 credits, which was also the exact amount that territory for Enforcers generated in post-battle. Fortunately, there were no complications and the captain survived, but he will be spending the next battle in recovery. The other critically injured fighter, Broodscum Roach, died from his wounds. MVP was awarded to Boomer, the only one even scratching the enemy leader, and LVP was awarded to Mountain for not doing anything for the whole game, just getting himself shot. In the next battle, battered Enforcers will have to face the only gang that has yet to play in the campaign, Spira's Tech Reapers. With the absence of Mountain, will the duo of sergeants be enough to lead the Slagtown Rangers to victory in the fuel hunt scenario? Find out in the next battle.